Hello there people, my name's Manamaz and I have just seen Superman. Apologies if I'm a bit late, I'm currently in the process of moving house and that is a total ball ache. But before I rant about the pain of moving houses, I managed to squeeze in time to see Superman. I know it was a little controversial when this film was announced, because Henry Cavill was just announced that he was coming back, only for James Gunn to reboot the universe a week later or so. So yeah, he was a bit bent over there. But it did mean that James Gunn really had to knock it out of the park. And to be fair, I think he did. I really enjoyed the brightness of this universe and the tone of the film. Gunn did say that hope was the main theme of this movie and something that Superman clearly represents. So it was nice seeing that, and despite everything that goes against Superman, he still finds a way to fight through it. Like him being kind and trusting was his main standout characteristic, which went well against Lois as she isn't. Or at least she isn't as trusting and almost calls him naive. But you see him save a squirrel in the middle of a kaiju fight. Like if it was me, that squirrel would have been squished and I wouldn't have noticed it was there. And even the kaiju, he wanted it to live. So I really did enjoy that he thinks all life is sacred, which is something that we didn't really see in the Snyder films. I think that's partly because David Corenswet did a really good job at playing the character. Yeah, he's not as physically imposing like Henry Cavill, but he plays both Superman and Clark distinctively, like they're two separate characters. Like the geeky side of Clark is just so different to the more serious Superman. And little things I really appreciate, like there's a change in tone of his voice when he's switching from Clark to Supes. Rachel Brosnahan was great as Lois Lane. I like how she was good and serious at her job to the point where she didn't let her relationship with Clark get in the way when she was interviewing Superman, which did create some tension, which was touched on throughout the film and resolved at the end. And the chemistry between both of them was great. Like they realistically could be an actual couple, which was lacking in my opinion between Amy Adams and Henry Cavill. Now, Nicholas Hoult as Lex Luthor, I think was one of the best, if not the best performance of the film. Like he plays a petty bastard so well, and you could feel his hate just radiate off him. I also do like how Holt didn't get the role of Batman and Superman, so he became their biggest hater. Like he was petty enough that he made Ultraman turn off switches for him because he could. Though one thing I found a bit silly was that he would shout out instructions that sound like coordinates to his team, who would then tell Ultraman how to fight in real time. Like surely that isn't very efficient. Like Lex has to see it and then say it to his dorks, and then they would have to process it and then pass it along to Ultraman, and then he would have to understand it and then do the move. I get that they were portraying Lex as a guy that studies Superman and knows his next move before he makes it. But like, surely he could have created and used an AI to tell Ultraman what to do. It would still show that he is smart, but I don't know. I thought the Justice Gang were a good addition. Mr. Terrific stole the show in my opinion. He had this really awesome fight scene where he took out a lot of Lex's men. It was very Guardians of the Galaxy-esque. Like when I saw it for the first time, I immediately thought of the hallway scene from Guardians Volume 3. And it's not just that, he has really good banter with Superman and Lois as the movie goes on. Though I do wish we saw more of that with Green Lantern and Hawkgirl. They almost feel like they're just there and they just show up mainly at the end. But I must say that Nathan Fillion as Guy Gardner Green Lantern was entertaining as hell. The guy acts and looks like a proper dickhead, but because he's so charismatic, you can let it slide. He's like that dickhead friend you have, but you put up with him because he's fun to be around. Now, not to be a Debbie Downer, the main thing I didn't like about this film is that there's too many jokes. Well, I wouldn't say there's too many jokes. There's too many jokes at the wrong time. Like, there's a serious heart-to-heart between Clark and Lois, and there's a monster fight in the background, like it almost becomes distracting. I'm not listening to them because I'm too busy seeing how the Justice Gang take out that monster. And when Lex is having a serious monologue at Superman, Crypto comes out of nowhere and takes him out. Like, I kind of wanted to hear what he had to say. I just hope that they cut it down for the next film. Oh, Crypto is hella adorable, by the way. Now, overall, it is a good film and a good launch point for the new DC universe. It does feel a bit packed at times, especially as there's no origin story. Like, metahumans have been around for 300 years at this point, so it doesn't feel like we're experiencing anything new along with the characters, if you know what I mean. Like, it's almost a sequel for a first film, but I do recommend that you check it out as soon as you can. It is just that fun to watch. If I had to give it a rating, it would be a 7.5 or 8 out of 10. DC needed a solid hit, and I think they delivered on that. And I do look forward to see how things play out. But anyway, if you like my review, please leave a like and subscribe. That would greatly be appreciated. And I shall see you next time. And peace.